From the Sony Pictures Studios, this is Jeopardy!
Put on your thinking caps, folks, because it's time for another game of Jeopardy! I bet you can't wait to see the categories. Well, here they are.
Fashion history, magazines, the Caribbean, the Supreme Court. Starts with A. Feelin' gouty.
Start us off, player one.
They're what a pompous person puts on.
Player one. No, that's incorrect. Player three. You are correct. Contestant three, it's your turn.
Formerly the sixth month, it was originally called Sextilis.
Player one. Exactly. Player one, it's your turn.
Words that have opposite meanings are called these.
Player one. That's it. All right, pick again.
On a typewriter keyboard, this symbol usually appears above the number 8.
Player one. I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Player two. Why, yes. Your choice, player two.
It's the official language of Jamaica.
Player three. Yes, indeed. Player three, what'll it be?
U.S. citizens arriving at its Luis Munoz Marin International Airport don't have to clear customs.
Player three. Correct. All right, pick again.
In this group, Tortola is connected to Beef Island by the Queen Elizabeth Bridge.
Anybody? Player two? No, too bad. Anyone? Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
Palm Beach, one of the world's best, is on this A of the ABC Islands.
Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
Over 500 offshore banks are located in Georgetown, the capital of this group.
All right, pick again.
A joint in this part of the body is the most likely spot to be hit by gout.
Player one.
Wrong. This is a difficult board.
Anybody? Player two. Right you are.
Player two, your turn.
In 1997, the journal Nature reported that this giant meat-eating dinosaur may have been a gout sufferer.
Player one.
Regrettably, no. Sometimes you get a tough one.
Player two. Exactly.
All right, pick again.
Gout didn't stop this reformer from nailing his 95 Theses to a Wittenberg church door.
Player three. Why, yes.
Okay, player three. Answer, early double. Player three, we have your wager, please.
This ancient Roman garment developed from the tabena, a cloak worn by those darn Etruscans.
Player three.
That is incorrect. Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
Justices may issue concurring or dissenting ones of these.
Player three.
No, too bad. All right, pick again.
A 1927 issue of this magazine featured the first undersea photographs in natural color.
Player one. Yes.
Player one, your turn.
Chronicles dating from the 16th century call these people the Mexica.
Player one.
This resort city, once a haven for British gout victims, gave its name to a type of wheelchair.
Player three.
Why, yes.
Okay, player three.
This author was crippled by gout. Blithedale's mother dies of it in his novel Tom Jones.
Player three.
That's correct. All right, pick again.
The couturier Balenciaga moved to Paris in 1937 after civil war broke out in this, his native country.
Anybody?
All right, pick again.
In Texas versus Johnson, the court ruled that burning this national symbol was protected expression.
Player two. Exactly.
All right, contestant two.
Justices are allowed 4 of these assistants, usually chosen from the top law school students.
Player two.
That's it, exactly. All right, pick again.
As early as 1884, the court stated that these must be voluntary to be admissible in federal court.
All right, pick again.
He was appointed Chief Justice in 1801, 2 months before the end of Federalist rule.
Player 3. Oh, I'm sorry, that's wrong.
Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
In 1994, Dell magazine launched a Western magazine named for this author.
Player 2. No, I'm sorry. Player 3.
Correct. That puts you in the lead.
Player 3, you choose.
Regular features of this magazine include Star Tracks, Chatter, and Picks and Pans.
Here is the correct response.
Player 3.
The first Polish edition of this pocket-sized monthly magazine went on sale in May 1995.
Player 1. Good guess, but that's incorrect, unfortunately. Anyone?
Your choice, Player 3.
Before Condé Nast revived it in 1983, this arts and culture magazine was defunct for nearly 50 years.
Player 3.
Knickers were named for this fictional character created by Washington Irving.
What will it be, Player 3?
Born in 1778, this ultimate English dandy wore elegantly tailored clothes with elaborate cravats.
Anyone?
And to finish the board,
This fashionable empress, the wife of Napoleon III, was nicknamed the Queen of the Crinoline.
Here is the correct response.
Well, that brings us to the end of the first round.
Let's look at the total scores so far.
Okay, let's get on to the double Jeopardy round. Let's get to the categories for double Jeopardy.
treaties, U.S. cities, trees, P's and Q's, both in quotation marks, art and artists, TV to film.
Player one, let's get things underway.
It's an untrained person pretending to have medical knowledge.
Player 3.
That's it exactly.
Player 3, you choose.
In 1912, a reticulated one of these animals was measured at 32 feet 9.5 inches long.
Player 3?
The 1815 Treaty of Paris was signed after his final defeat at Waterloo.
Player 2.
That's right.
It's your turn, Player 2.
This treaty, signed in France in June 1919, didn't take effect until January 10, 1920.
Player 1. You are correct.
All right, player 1.
The first free-fall jump using one of these devices was from a damaged airplane in 1922.
Player 1.
To be sure. All right, pick again.
Today, most of this medicine comes from cinchona trees in Java.
Player 3. That's right.
Contestant 3, it's your turn.
Used in jellies and compotes, this fruit of the rose family puckers the mouth when tasted raw.
Player 1. Oh, I'm sorry, that's wrong. Anyone?
It's your turn, player.
This home of Disney World was probably named for a soldier killed in the Second Seminole War.
Player 3.
That's it exactly. All right, pick again.
This capital's largest public employer is the state of South Dakota.
Player 2.
That's it.
Okay, Player.
The major issue settled by 1842's Webster-Ashburton Treaty was the disputed border of Canada and this northeast state.
Player 2.
To be sure. All right, pick again.
Reached in 1993, the second of these treaties calls for Russia and the U.S. to reduce their nuclear warheads by 2/3.
Player 3.
That's it exactly. You've got a commanding lead.
Player 3, what'll it be?
Camden, New Jersey is in the metropolitan area of this Pennsylvania city.
Anybody?
Here is the correct response. What will it be, player 3? The answer is a video daily. Player 3, we have your wager, please.
She's the subject of Andy Warhol's 1962 Marilyn Diptych.
Take a look at your monitor.
Player 3.
Wrong. Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
TV wasn't the final frontier for this series. In 1979, it became the motion picture.
Player 1. Exactly.
Player 1, it's your turn.
Danger, danger. In the 1998 film, this family was lost in space like their TV counterparts.
Here is the correct response. Player 1, it's your turn.
In the movie versions, she played Carol Brady.
Player 3.
That's it exactly.
All right, player 3.
Popular ornamental types of this tree include brittle and weeping.
Player 1.
To be sure.
Player 1, your turn.
Answer, daily double. Player 1, please make your wager.
John Goodman played the movie version of this cartoon character, Yabba Dabba Doo.
Player 1.
That's it exactly. All right, pick again.
Harrison Ford was Dr. Richard Kimball in this movie based on a TV show.
Anybody?
Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
The sugar species of this tree is a fine ornamental tree, but is intolerant of road salt.
Player 3.
You are correct. What will it be, player 3?
Varieties of this fruit tree are grouped into freestone and clingstone.
Anybody? Player 2. Oh, I'm sorry, that's wrong. Anyone?
Player 3?
It's the Golden City of the Golden State.
Player 1? No, too bad. Anyone?
Your choice, player 3.
This state tree of Mississippi has the largest undivided leaves and flowers of any tree in the temperate region.
Here is the correct response. All right, player 3.
U.S. and British representatives in Europe signed this treaty December 24, 1814.
It's your turn, player.
This Tennessee city was built during World War II as part of the Manhattan Project.
Player 3. That's it. All right, pick again.
This bald swamp tree is the state tree of Louisiana.
Player 3. That's it, exactly. All right, pick again.
An X-ray of his Blue Boy has revealed the figure of a small dog that was painted out.
Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
In 1481, Botticelli led a group of painters in frescoing this newly erected Vatican chapel.
Anyone?
All right, pick again.
He was inspired to create such works as Bronco Buster by watching sculptor Frederick Ruckstuhl work.
Player 3. Exactly.
And to finish the board,
Constantine Brancusi was noted for his stark sculptures of this kind of animal in space.
Player 1?
Oh, I'm sorry, that's wrong.
Anyone?
Here is the correct response.
All right, that brings us to the end of the Double Jeopardy.
Let's take a look at the scores.
This is a no-brainer, unless somebody does something foolish. Take a look at the category for Final Jeopardy.
business and industry.
Player 2 and 3, get ready for Final Jeopardy. Sorry, Player 1, you have to sit this one out.
Player 2, your wager, please. Player 3, could we have your wager, please?
Let's see how everyone did.
Thanks, Johnny. Player 2, let's take a look at your question. Sorry, that's incorrect. Let's see how much it cost you. Sometimes you get a tough one. Player 3, your question? Oh, sorry, that's incorrect. Let's see how much it cost. Here is the correct response.
Congratulations, Player 3. You're the Jeopardy champion.
Thanks for playing Jeopardy.